story is that the silk discovered in China, arrived in Byzance, Turkey, and after North Africa, Spain, and Spain, back to Sicily, Italy, France. The real beginning for the silk story, it was in 1536, when the king, Francois I, so we are in Renaissance, proposed to two silk Italian weavers to come in Lyon. Why? Because at the beginning we import the silk from Italy, okay? So if we import, money out. We need about 1 century for becoming good weavers, okay? So you arrive and Louis XIV is, for Lyon, for the silk industry, is very important. Why? Because he built Versailles. I don't know if you can imagine how many kilometers of silk you need for that. And for me, Louis XIV is the first leader for the mode. Because if Louis XIV wants something, all the court wants this. But also, in Europe, everybody wants to copy the court in France. So we, in the 18th and 19th century, we export 80% of the silk. It was incredible. We consider that about 50% of the population in Lyon worked for the silk industry. So it's okay, we go? Let's go. Let's go. A fabric, it's an interlacing between the warps here. And here we have 9,600 threads. And the weft, which is in around this tiny bobbin in the shuttle. Okay? So fabric, you cross the warp and the weft. And after, if you want to have a pattern on a fabric, you have only two possibilities. You print, like my shirt, or you weave the pattern. Okay? And the woven pattern, the name is a figured fabric. Now we say the jacquard, but the real name is a figured fabric. Stay here, I come back with one. Like this one, okay? The pattern is in the fabric. Now everybody said that is a jacquard, but the real name is a figured fabric. And silk in Lyon are well known for this kind of fabric, not for printed, okay? So for weaving a figured fabric like this one, you need the loom plus the program. So for this loom, you need two people, the weaver and the assistant. And the assistant take this string and I pull, it makes a selection. And when the weaver say pull, I pull. And if I pull, what happened? I lift the thread in the warp and the weaver will pass the shuttle. When it's over, I put it here and I take the next one. The name of this loom is the draw loom. We use it between 1605 up to 1850. And at the beginning of the 19th, Mr. Jacquard has invented the jacquard mechanism. You still have the loom, and above you have the jacquard mechanism. And this jacquard mechanism replaces this part of the loom. So come, I will show you. You see this fabric, the name of this fabric, we call this a brocaded. And for weaving a brocaded, you weave upside down. When I let the pedal up, all threads down. When I walk again, another selection and I pass another color. This, so there is two fabrics you can mechanize. The first is brocaded and this velvet, ciselé velvet. So here I will introduce a stick, a round stick, okay? And when I let the pedal up, what happens? The threads are above the stick and make a little loop for this effect. Here you have the kitchen, the diner room, and at the top you have the bedroom for the children, for the apprentices. And no electricity at this time, just remember. So looms are just in front of the windows. And windows are very, very, very tall, very, very close. Like this kind of building, when we cross the street, you will see this building. Each level is about 4 meters high because the looms plus the jacquard mechanism, it's about 4 meters high. So they have to build special building. And where is it possible? Here in La Croix-Rousse. And they arrived here at the beginning of the 19th, at the same time when Mr. Jacquard has invented the jacquard mechanism. French can, you need 3 people. First, you need the designer, okay? And after the designer will give the pattern to a man who will transfer the design of this kind of millimetric paper. Each vertical line corresponds to one warp, each horizontal line corresponds to one weft, and this guy will paint each crossing between each warp and each weft, okay? And the color are not always the color of the thread or the color of the fabric, it's a technical color. Up to the French Revolution, the silk, it was only for aristocracy and for the king. You know, with the French Revolution, the king, and for Lyon, it was a very, very bad period, economically speaking, okay? We consider that about 40% of the population left the city of Lyon, okay? But by chance, Napoleon arrived. And he placed a huge order of 80,000 meters of silk for all palace. Plus, in the 19th century, you have a new population, la bourgeoisie. And la bourgeoisie, they want to be dressed like aristocracy. Up to 1884, to where you have only natural fibers. Linen, cotton, wool, silk. 1884, viscose. 1935, nylon, polyamide. 1945, polyester. Because you know this, it's a silk thread. You see how it's fine? This thread is stronger than a steel thread of the same size, okay? So when you are able to weave this kind of thread, you are able to weave polyester, carbon, polyamide, etc., etc., etc. It's crazy.
Lyonnaise textile, in fact, you have two stuff. You have first the jacquard, because jacquard was born in Lyon. So, for example, if you look at this stole, the design is in the weaving. So that is really a specialized of Lyon. And after, we have the hand-painted, that is a big tradition, and especially the flower, because we have a flower school in the city. And so that is a unique piece because it's handmade and you paint with your hand on silk, so it's really special. After, I think the people that are coming in our boutique, they have the culture of the textile and also the consequences of the 80, 19 and 2000 share the market into, you have the haute couture and the fast fashion. And what we used to have in the middle, just middle plus, is no more existing. And we are in this position. We manufacture like haute couture, but we do not market or all these things. So people know that here they can have quality. And they pay a certain amount, not so expensive, but it's not fast fashion.